Okay, so today I want to look at a great and very short workout that you can do that gives a real breakthrough for the kind of schizoid rigid holding pattern. If we were using more today's terminology for the character types, then it would be more like leaving rigid. But this pattern is very pervasive in today's world because, it denotes someone, the leaving or the schizoid aspect, is like living in the mind. A bit of a block around the throat, block around the shoulders, not much access to the sensation of the body. And then the rigid part is like, holding yourself in that mode, being very functional, being really focused on doing, achieving this kind of thing. And of course, if you work a lot online, for people who work a lot online, then this leaving rigid, schizoid rigid pattern will be very, very common. And what's useful about this workout is it provides a breakthrough. It gives you a chance to break out of that pattern and allow some catharsis to take place. We do it on a 1 minute ding, so you put a 1 minute ding track in the background. You can find some ding tracks. If you look on my website, you can download those. There are just 2 postures. We do one after the other and we do 3 reps. So in total it only takes 6 minutes. Though at the end you should give yourself at least 2 minutes either sitting or lying down and just feeling your body with your eyes closed to integrate the experience. That's very important, particularly for leaving rigid people, because they tend to want to go straight back to being functional, and actually it's the end of a workout when stuff is often just starting to just move and integrate. So it's very important to give yourself a couple of minutes at the end just to feel your body. Okay, let's look at these 2 postures. Exciting stuff. Okay, so our first posture is a variant of the bow posture, and if you're familiar with bioenergetics, you'll know what this looks like, though there are quite a few variations. So what you do is you have your feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, and the outsides of your feet should be roughly parallel. It doesn't have to be exact, but not splayed out like a penguin. And then you bring your arms up above your head, palms facing forward, straight up, and then in one movement you press your pelvis forwards and you squeeze your arms back. So I'm just pushing myself into a bow shape. Very important, keep your knees slightly bent. Now into this posture, what we're going to do is we're going to actually, instead of the classic bow position that I teach, you keep your head upright looking straight ahead. But in this one we're going to look a little bit up. So your eyes, your neck is kind of in line with your arms which are stretching back. And then you're going to open your eyes and your mouth as wide as you can and try to cough. You won't be able to cough fully, like make a normal cough in this posture, but it can provoke quite a cathartic release. It blasts energy into the neck muscles and into the trapezius here. So let's just try and get a good angle so you can kind of see. I'm in my bow posture, but with my head pointing slightly up, pelvis is forwards, knees very slightly bent. I'm going to open my eyes and my mouth wide as I can, literally as wide as I can, and then try to cough. So it looks like you see that I can't, in this posture, and it's very important to have your mouth fully wide, literally as wide as you can get it, and your eyes the same. I try to cough, I can't do it, but it kind of stimulates these muscles here. Now I keep that up for 1 ding, and when the ding goes, take a moment just to, from this, ding's gone, let my arms come down, my body straight, and I take my feet wider apart, and I'm going to go into the right to exist exercise, which if you followed my channel for a while, you'll know about. But basically, from standing, my feet wide apart, outsides of my feet roughly parallel, knees bent, more bent than I had them for the bow posture, arms facing forwards, with the palms like this, facing forwards, but not like this, down by my sides or just a little bit forwards, and then flicking my pelvis forwards, this aggressive movement. And at the same time, very important, I'm going to make a low grunt, like the lowest sound that my body can make, as a distinct grunt. And I'm also going to make my face ugly, and I'm going to put in my mind this sense like I just want to get something. Now these aspects are very important. A lot of people get the grunt and the flick and this kind of thing, but with your mind you also has a role. The face must be ugly, and this feeling like I just want to take something, I just want to get it. Very challenging if you're from the oral character type, but very good for the oral character type as well. So it looks like my hands forwards, pull my pelvis back. Have this aggressive feeling in your mind that you just want to get something. You notice, I'm flicking forwards about once every second with this low grunt. And what's also important, especially if you're doing this exercise for the first time, for some people, there's a lot of rigidity in their lower back, and that's how it is. But what happens is they kind of wobble their backwards, they wobble their back backwards and forwards, and that's not the idea. We're just moving really from the hips, from the pelvis down to the knees, pulling back, flicking forwards. This aggressive kind of sexual movement. So I'm going to do that, for 1 minute. One flick forwards, roughly a second, and then when the ding goes, I go straight into a second rep. So I bring my feet a little closer together, go. It's pretty intense. And you just go on like that until the 6 minutes are complete and the 3 reps are complete. Taking no break in between reps, and right at the end, then straight down on the floor, lying down, flat out, eyes closed, no pillow unless you really have some neck issues, and just lying there and just trying to feel my body for 2 more dings. Just trying to remain in touch with a sense of my body. Very important, that part. So in total, this only takes 8 minutes, and it can really move your energy if you've been working on computer, or if you have tendencies towards leaving, or rigid, or both. Okay, cool. Don't forget to check out some of the links below in the description, where you'll find my website, bioenergetics.org.uk, and I've got books on bioenergetics, I've got online courses on bioenergetics, and I also offer one-to-one sessions online. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon for some more bioenergetics and body-based therapy.